The officiating crew led by Steve Javy. And boy, this crowd for the last half hour have been on its feet, cheering and yelling as the Mavericks back home after a long, long week in Miami. Nowitzki. That's not a bad way to start.
No, if you're a Maverick fan, naturally you're ecstatic. Just hope that he can consistently get going. Now, Miami has something to prove. They've been in this building 3 times this year. They're only averaging 83 points. In their 3 home wins, how about the fact that they average right at 99?
And remember, the first 2 games of this series, the Mavericks won both of them by double figures. Won easily in game 2. Jason Terry.
Oh, lucky bounce.
Top of the backboard is inbounds, as long as it doesn't hit the shot clock.
Very difficult shot, bad angle, but you get the miraculous bounce there. Now what we say is, let's see if Miami can really put numbers up on the board.
Antoine Walker knocks down his first jumper. For the Dallas Mavericks, this is their 2nd elimination game of the playoffs. They already were staring at it in the conference semifinals, game 7 against San Antonio, a game they won on the road in overtime. Wade guarded by Devin Harris to start, and no one's been able to stop him, certainly in the last 3 games. O'Neal, and quickly a foul by Jop to prevent the layup.
Now you can see a change in strategy. In game 1, Dallas would double team as Shaq dribbled the ball. From then on, they would double team on the catch. Tonight, you can see they played him straight up, man to man.
In talking to both coaches, Pat Riley, the #1 key he talked about was turnovers, especially on the road. Avery Johnson said rebounding. Udonis Haslem. Walker with the tip, won't go.
Dallas needs to get out in the transition game. In order to do that, you need 1-shot attempts from Miami, also forcing turnovers.
Nowitzki, 2 for 2.
They'll put the pressure on Miami's transition defense by getting out and getting up the floor quickly and getting a shot within 6 to 10 seconds.
That last elimination game we spoke of, as we have a foul away from the ball. Dwayne Wade pushing off Devin Harris, and that's Wade's first.
Now that's frustration. Unfortunate for him, Eddie Rush, the ref, was right there.
Wade talking to Harris as he defends him here. Harris, Jot, a rare outside shot, in and out. Rebound taken by Harris, but he lost it.
Now you got to look up the floor.
Hard to miss that big guy, and just like that, it's 6 to 4. Avery Johnson not happy with the defense played in Miami. It's been such a key part of the Mavericks' success this season. They've been much better at home defensively. Walker sets. Walker shooting early.
Now we know that if that double team comes, any pass out, the second pass, you're going to get a high percentage shot.
Howard, pretty move from Josh Howard. He had a big game in game 5, 25 points, 10 rebounds, but a couple of mistakes down the end, including the timeout, some missed free throws. But he is energized to start, like the Mavericks, and just like this crowd. Mavericks 5 of 7 to start. Wade. Walker, nice pass inside to Wade, but he can't finish.
Get it out. Oh, he had an advantage here. There it is.
Nowitzki for 3. Nowitzki, by the way, in that elimination game against the Spurs, all he threw up was 37 points and 15 rebounds. As Jason Williams gets inside. Haslem. And that's his shot.
Throughout this series, that is there for Haslem. On any drive down the middle, he opens up for that 15 to 17-foot shot on the baseline.
You can see even after Miami makes, they're trying to push the ball up. Howard sets for 3.
All Miami has to do is weather the storm. That was an excellent timeout by Pat Riley.
Quick shot from Shaquille O'Neal.
Now that's where Jop, Dampier, and Benga have got to work hard. You cannot allow Shaq to run to the front of the rim. Now he already has 2 layups in this first quarter.
Devin Harris, nice move, gets inside. Oh, so quick with the crossover.
Now this young guy, we know he's got the speed. He's had an opportunity to get good shots, but he has struggled in the first quarter of all of the preceding games. He's only shooting like 11% for the quarter.
He almost seems too hyper to start the game. A young player sometimes gets like that. As Hadlin, who's been in foul trouble the last couple of games, Knocks down another.
Yeah, but we know he can hit that shot, Mike.
Nowitzki wide open for three.
You could not have scripted this any better if you were on the coaching staff of Dallas. They're getting their main guy off, and then your other two key contributors are right there also. What they have to do here is button up this defense.
7 points in 5 minutes for Nowitzki. Walker, shot clock winding down. Spin move, wild shot, not a good one.
Yeah, he was trying to get a foul that time, Mike, by coming back with the left hand.
Howard defended him well. Jason Terry for three. Back-to-back threes for the Mavericks. And here's the early run you expected. Pat Riley's going to call another timeout.
Sweating this time. Mike?
Well, Cuban and the Mavericks have put it behind them as they get ready for Game 6. Thank you, Stu. Meanwhile, Jerry Stackhouse come in. He got a huge ovation his first game since the suspension, which did not play in Game 5 as Haslam throws it in. Stackhouse suspended for that flagrant 2 foul on Shaquille O'Neal in the prior game. Kevin Harris looking for a shot early. O'Neal knocks it off the backboard. And a loose ball foul is going to go against the Miami Heat. Excuse me, it's against the Mavericks. I'm sorry, Eric Dampier. Nowitzki with Haslam on him. Haslam has defended him well, as is the entire Heat team. Nowitzki, good drive. And O'Neal the rebound.
A high percentage shot. That's what he has to do. If the jumper is in there, drive the basketball. He's been getting to the line close to 10 times a game.
Williams lost it, tried to force it.
Great deflection by Harris.
Harris, a very good defender. Stackhouse inside.
Brilliant. Now that's excellent team basketball. That's at their best. They're greyhounds in this building. And remember, they're the second best home record in the league at 34-7 during the season.
The Greyhounds up by 8 right now and shooting the ball well. Walker off the mark again. Walker missing from the outside, and a loose ball foul call on Udonis Haslam. That will be his first.
Now tonight, that is the third over-the-back loose ball foul that we've had here. No way are we going to have a lot of contact without the whistle blowing. So you must adjust when you're crashing the offensive boards.
Nowitzki very aggressive early. Drives to the hole. Dirk Nowitzki with the left hand.
Now see, Haslam's all upset. He was channeling Nowitzki into the lane, and the rotation man to come on the double team never arrived.
9 points already for Nowitzki. Wade short. Remember, Wade did not shoot the ball well in games 1 and 2. Stackhouse. And Haslam, good boxing out. Will hold off Nowitzki.
Now, if this is your first look at Dallas, they are a quick shooting ball club. Whether it's in transition like we had there, they'll get it up in less than 10 seconds.
Not a good shot from Haslam that time. Dampier tracks it down.
Yeah, you don't want Haslam to feel that he must score, especially when there's at least 16 seconds on the shot clock. Get into your offense and take advantage of Wade and Shaq.
Harris drives inside. Oh, hard foul. To the free throw line. The NBA Finals on ABC will perhaps continue on Thursday in Game 7 right back here in Dallas if necessary. Coverage would begin at 8:30 Eastern. Tip-off would be shortly after 9. And, of course, the NBA Draft Wednesday, June 28th, 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. How about Harris? 6 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds already.
Well, Mike, during the season, he averaged right at 10 points a game. You know, this guy has every game he gets better, playing with a lot of confidence.
And the Mavericks up by a dozen already.
Oh, bad pass. Bad passing angle.
Stackhouse goes to get it. Inside and misses the jam. But Harris another rebound to Nowitzki. Posey didn't go after the ball, and Stackhouse was just more aggressive.
Great basketball. Never assume that the guy is going to make a layup. Now down at this end, when they throw the ball into SHAQ and he kicks it out, SHAQ is reposting. You cannot just automatically throw him the ball.
Well, Yubi, he hit some critical shots both in regulation and overtime in Game 5. Made that great pass to Dampier. But again, his team didn't win, and he gets a lot of the blame when they don't. He's put up solid numbers, but he's off to a superb start here in Game 6. Payton likes that glass.
Oh, that was really a tough shot. That was more like a scoop, half hook shot by Gary Payton. He's played big when the pressure is on. He does not have many points, but they have been big points, the one that he has put down.
There's the game winner in Game 3. Stackhouse dribbles it off his foot. Howard. Tough shot from Howard. And Posey the rebound. Posey has been huge off the bench the last 2 games for Miami.
Now 2 things must happen here. This guy must get some shots. There you go. He was 0 for 2 going into that shot attempt. And also Miami has 4 turnovers. They got to cut the turnovers down because Dallas is getting out on the fast break and they've already scored 9 points.
Backdoor blocked by Mourning.
Great block. Great block.
And here's Wade. Pat Riley said the key is Wade making plays for others. You know they're going to try and defend him as Posey rushed the shot. Mourning, well, he's come out ready to play.
Well, this group right now, this is a very quick foot group, and they really crash the offensive board. Mourning will make things happen. He clears out a lot of space.
Nice passing inside, and Mourning with the finish. Haslam, pretty dish.
Now, that was a smart move and a high percentage move. Do not get the shot blocked. Dish it off to somebody who can dunk.
6 straight points as Harris gets to the basket, and a foul call on Mourning on the pass.
Can make the hooks with either hand, lefty or righty.
He only played 4 minutes in Game 5 as Terry in and out, and then he's had a couple of those.
Well, this series has been played in runs by both teams, whether it's the first or second, third quarter. Doesn't make a big difference. They both get hot, and then they have the ability to get out like 7 to 9 to 0.
Terry is the leading scorer for the Mavericks in these finals. His Wade hits it, and a foul.
Now, well, once he gets it going, he becomes smooth. And you've got to try to cut down his catches.
That was Terry's first foul. Again, the beauty of both Wade and Nowitzki, the 2 stars of the teams, is that they don't force things.
Right now they're in a zone. Miami playing zone. Now, this has been a problem here for Dallas throughout this series.
Terry, the floater. Good. Jason Terry is starting to get a reputation for a big game player. He's done it last year in the postseason. He's had a couple of huge ones in critical games for the Mavericks in 2006.
Anytime you play in a zone, whether you get into the middle with the dribble or a flash post by a center or power forward, get it in there.
Wade draws the foul again. Harris upset. And that'll be Harris's first. That's a tough call. Wade took as many free throws in Game 5 as the entire Maverick team when he went 21 of 25. He's got a great knack for getting to the line.
Well, what we tried to show at the stand-up, and that is through the 3 wins in Miami, this young man got to the foul line 17 times a game, and he shot it at 81%.
7 points for Wade. 7-point lead for Dallas. Shot clock is turned off. This should be the final possession of the opening period.
Now they're going to match up man-to-man here.
Harris, the runner, high off the glass, won't go. Mourning the rebound. And there's the buzzer ending the first quarter. A terrific opening period for the Dallas Mavericks.
Well, you're playing against a team that has a great home record. We told you second best during the season. They're 8-2 in the playoffs. They score about 9 to 10 points more at home than on the road.
Howard now on Wade. Payton. And another offensive 3-second, the second time against Miami as we go to Lisa Salters.
Well, my Pat Riley just told his team, he said, hey, they made their run, and guess what, guys? That won't be the last one. You'll see another one. And here's another thing. They'll say they will see 2 more runs from us. So this is going to be a long game. He was very unhappy when they were down 14, told them that they were standing around watching. Feels much better about what they're doing now.
Well, both teams have come back from double-figure deficits to win in this series already. This morning was a good presence early for Mourning already. A block shot, 3 rebounds, and a bucket. Wade with the jumper. He has that jumper going early. It makes it so difficult to defend him.
Mike, right now he has scored 9 of the last 11 points. And this is what we mean. He is like a major streak shooter.
And a loose ball foul will go against the Heat.
Well, you give Wade 1 step distance, it's up and in.
Warning his second foul. Josh Howard. Lost it, got it back. Howard can't get it to fall. He's yelling, hopping mad. He thought he was hit.
Right now, Dallas just has to take their time and take the ball from one side of the floor to the other, and that's how they built the lead. Stop just going one-on-one, and then it's not one-on-one, it's 1 against 5.
Mourning. Foul by Nowitzki. The Mavericks saying, hey, wait a minute. It was a hard pick set by Mourning.
Now, you've got to do this with Mourning, because Mourning, like Shaq, along with the 3 centers for Dallas, are all poor foul shooters.
Mourning with so many playoff games, but still looking for his first title. That foul on Nowitzki, his first, as Nowitzki sits down for the first time.
Now, this puts the Mavericks with a small unit. They're playing Howard at the power forward, Stackhouse at the small forward, with Harris and Terry in the backcourt.
A 14-point Dallas lead has been whittled down to 3. Stackhouse to the basket. Blocked. But an offensive foul. Haslam steps in and draws the charge.
This group, with Posey out there, along with Payton, and then Mourning and Haslam, they have taken a number of charges night in and night out.
First foul on Stackhouse. Howard with the steal. Haslam dives on him. They call a jump ball. Harris charged to the basket. Terry, that's a 2-pointer. And Howard steals the rebound and puts it back in.
All quickness. All quickness that time by Howard.
But he's called for a delay of game warning. He knocked the ball loose afterwards. Again, that doesn't mean anything now, but a second delay of game, and it's a technical foul.
Now, they had two red shirts right in there, ready to rebound the ball, and Howard came on the baseline to make that steal.
He also lost his headband. Wade posting up. And Wade will go back to the line. 2 fouls on Stackhouse. Wade already with his 4th free throw. Nowitzki will come back in. And Stackhouse with the 2 foul sits. Shaquille O'Neal and Antoine Walker return as Mourning and Haslam sit down. Mourning, a solid performance. 4 points, 3 rebounds, and a block. Dampier will come out as Sagana Diop will come back in. Stackhouse said he watched the game from his hotel in Miami when he was suspended for Game 5. Said it was very humbling to watch.
Well, it was a major loss. He was one of your top 4 scorers during the season. Same at the playoffs. 13 a game off the bench. Regular season, 13 a game at playoff time.
Howard, O'Neal, good help on defense. In and out. O'Neal lost it, but gets it back.
Now they're getting good looks at the basket, Mike. It just comes down. You must shoot a better percentage.
Wade has Terry on him now. Dwayne Wade knocks it down. Wade already with 13 points. We're just 3 minutes into the second. Nowitzki. And a blocking foul. Nowitzki very aggressive. And an offensive foul call. Devin Harris with a moving screen.
Now, right now,
Harris picks up his second.
Mike, Dallas really has got to get it together. They were up 26-12. They had a 14-point lead. Then we said, you know, this is game. They play runs in this series. 19-6, Miami. Since that 26-12 Dallas lead.
Wade fires away. And Terry tracks it down. Harris not afraid to get inside, but O'Neal right there to alter it.
Now the rotation defense excellent for Miami now. They're playing with confidence.
Bad pass from Wade, and Terry wide open down the other end.
There have been very few of those. We told you early, Miami started off with a quick 4 turnovers, led to fast break, 9 points by Dallas. Now right now they've cut that down.
Miami though with 7 turnovers.
Nice.
Howard with the steal.
Great anticipation.
Josh Howard all over the court to start. Nowitzki looking to set up Terry. Posey trying to defend him. Here comes the double. Howard for three. Way off, an air ball. And it's Miami basketball.
With all of the double teaming at both ends of the floor, when that ball comes out of that double team, you have to be ready to catch and shoot. If the shot is not there, then rotate the ball to another player, because the second pass out of the traps will always open up a high percentage shot. Do not rush a shot on the first pass.
Wade gets his first rest. Shandon Anderson, who's played some big minutes last couple of games. He comes in for the first time. Both coaches go to their benches. O'Neal taking his time inside, won't go. A lot of contact as Payton knocks it out of bounds. Still the same way. Terry flips it up and in.
Beautiful.
Jason Terry with 13 points.
Now we just had two terrific plays defensively by Dallas. Knocking the ball loose with a deflection and then scoring. Pat Riley very upset.
Right now watching his team up by 5. Shot clock winding down. O'Neal. Nowitzki leading the break. Right back. Beautiful pass. Terry at the right moment as Dirk Nowitzki's down here in the stand.
The fast break points right now, 15-6 in favor of Dallas. We told you the quick outlets, get the ball out off the dribble or pass it.
Walker again. Many shots from the outside. He's just 1 of 6. Howard drives. Howard forced that. Nowitzki was open in the corner.
Yeah, right now Howard is struggling. See, he's only 2 for 10. What he must do is stop forcing shots.
Bad pass from Anderson.
2-on-1.
Howard goes right at Payton.
There you go.
And the lead back up by 9.
That's his game. He's got to take his time off the dribble. Just try not to get himself in bad angles on the shot release.
And the Mavericks defense tenacious right now, forcing turnovers. Payton trying to find an opening. Rebound. O'Neal. Walker kept it alive. O'Neal against Jock, spinning inside, blocked by Howard.
Now that was clever.
Terry, way short though. The Mavericks battling on the boards as Stackhouse puts it in.
Now they're keeping the ball alive on the offensive glass. That's their 7th offensive rebound.
10 straight points by the Mavericks. The Heat have gone about 4.5 minutes without a point.
Did we have another run?
Well, that run just ended right there. As Wade knocks down another, he's got 15. While Wade was on the bench, the Heat didn't score. Stackhouse. Jason Williams to pull up 3. Williams. So a quick 5 points for Miami. And just like that, it's back to 6. As we go into the 4-minute mark here in the second. Nowitzki goes back door. Dirk Nowitzki having a huge first half with 15.
Now Haslam tried to beat Dirk to the spot that time and overplay him. A beautiful change of direction by Dirk Nowitzki.
Avery Johnson waving and then steal. Stackhouse to Daniels. Johnson was waving to double team Wade. He's waving his arms. Come up and get the ball out of his hands, and it worked.
Well, here they are again. They're going to do the same thing. Now, this is a new look. They have not been doing this throughout this series. Let's see if they do it for an extended period of time.
11 Heat turnovers. Walker, and the ball kicked by Nowitzki, is 7 for 10 so far tonight. And you see the hustle numbers. That 3 won't go, but Haslam the rebound. Goes right back up, blocked by Dampier.
Oh, look out here, 2-on-1.
Terry pushes it ahead to Stackhouse. Terry steps back for 3. Nowitzki blocked by Wade. Daniels gets inside, and O'Neal the rebound.
Great pressure by Antoine Walker.
And a good call as Wade traveled. They got in front of him to force the turnover. Miami's 12th of the first half.
Favorite Dallas.
They have been the hungrier team here in Game 6. And we have a whistle. Another 3-second violation. That's the first on Dallas. Miami has 2.
They've been very quick on that. They're not going to let you plant yourself in the paint and take advantage. And then also, they're not going to allow over-the-back offensive fouls trying to get to the glass.
Williams gets inside. Haslam with a hand in his face. Not as Haslam. 8 points and 5 rebounds.
Yeah, he can make that shot, that 15, 18-footer.
And Terry misfires. Wade the rebound. Wade right at Daniels. Tough shot. Count it. And a foul.
Oh, my. Yeah, first of all, Daniels played them too soft all the way down.
But they call the foul, and Wade will go to the line for the 6th time. Daniels has a seat. Devin Harris back in. And you see Wade piling up the points once again.
Now, Miami, in order to run at a high maximum potential for a game, they want to get to the foul line 30 times. In this series, they're averaging 34 foul shot attempts per game.
They've got 12 free throw attempts so far, and only 2 for the Dallas Mavericks. 5-point game as we approach 2 minutes remaining in the second. Stackhouse. Wade tips it. Williams loves to run on the open floor. Wade's jumper. O'Neal.
Oh, boy. And you have to block out now. Now's not the time to fall asleep. When that shot goes up, you've got to get into SHAQ.
And the Miami Heat come right back with a 7-0 run as Avery Johnson calls a 20-second timeout. And then at 2:55 p.m., Japan will meet Brazil. World Cup action presented by Adidas. Jason Terry for 3.
The problem right now for Dallas, everything is a jump shot. And when they go into that jump shot mode and shoot a poor percentage, no offensive rebounding, Miami coming right back and scoring quickly.
And you don't get to the free throw line.
That's right.
Only taking 2 here in the first half. Shot clock winding down. Wade spinning. Right back. And a defensive 3 seconds called against the Dallas Mavericks. So a technical foul. 1 shot for Miami.
This refereeing crew has been very quick tonight. They are on top of everything. The zone calls, the 3-second calls, over the back in offensive rebounding. They are calling a tight game.
And again, the defensive 3 seconds, you can't stay in the paint defensively for more than 3 seconds unless you're guarding a man or within arm's distance or guarding position of an opponent. DJ Benga will check in. Benga got his first taste of the finals in Game 5. Dampier sits down. Dampier with 4 rebounds off the bench. Wade having another superb first half. He's shooting well, something he didn't do in the first 2 games here in Dallas. Walker to the basket. Blocked, but a goaltend. Benga should have let that go. So Miami comes right back. The game of runs can continue to be its 10th straight now for the Heat.
Well, they both have that ability.
Nowitzki wants the ball. Posey, though, with the steal. 3-on-1. Posey inside, and he draws the foul on Stackhouse. And Posey will shoot 2 to give the Heat a chance for their first lead of the first half. Stackhouse, meanwhile, picks up his 3rd foul. 29-year-old Posey in his first year with Miami. Played with Denver, Houston, and with you in Memphis. Has had 2 very good games in both games 4 and 5. But they can't hit the free throws. That's already 5 misses. They missed 17 free throws in Game 5 and still won. Of course, they took 49.
Yeah, it always comes down to the turnovers with Miami. You know, always 15 or more a game. And then it comes down to the poor foul shooting.
Well, Marquise Daniels back in. Stackhouse 3 quick fouls. Posey played big minutes in that overtime game. Played 44 minutes of a possible 53. And Miami with their first lead of the game. They trailed by as many as 14. Terry. Nowitzki, here comes the double. Terry winds up. That's a three. Can't connect. Posey, excellent job tipping it to a teammate.
Good pitch out.
Here comes Williams. Fancy pass to Mourning, and Mourning right at Benga. Shot clock turned off. And the Heat up by 3. Miami Heat on some streak when they lead at halftime in the playoffs. And they have a foul away from the ball. Not in the penalty yet, so they'll take it out of bounds.
Now Walker,
Walker.
Walker tried to deny the pass to Nowitzki out here on the left wing, and in so doing, back right up into Nowitzki.
Nowitzki wants it. Final seconds. Nowitzki to the basket, left-handed, gets the roll.
Watch out for a long pass here now. A long pass, you can get in one dribble.
Williams fires it down, and that will end the first half. A terrific comeback from the Miami Heat. Howard and Stackhouse, the only players in the game with 3 fouls as we begin this third quarter. O'Neal. And Nowitzki the rebound.
Now every time that Shaq turns to the baseline, he's had an open shot or he's gotten to get to the foul line area.
Devin Harris. Terry wide open. Hits the 3, and there's a foul. Count the 3-pointer, and then Wade is going to be called for a foul. Meanwhile, Jason Terry continues to come up huge for these Mavericks. He's got 16 points. And Howard with another deflection and steal. That's his 4th steal of the game.
Good anticipation for the kick out to the corner.
Howard, tough shot. And O'Neal rips it down. Shaquille O'Neal has 9 boards. Wade, so effortless, and lead back up to 2.
It's difficult if the screener, the man playing the screener, is not going to get up and help. He'll just come off that screen and he's open.
Nowitzki, maybe got away with an extra step, but he draws the foul. Nowitzki's played a good, aggressive, physical game. Haslam, the first Heat player with 3 fouls. Nowitzki, who turned 28 years old yesterday, and has talked about not having what he calls a great game so far in the finals. The shooting numbers have been down, but he felt he was due. Although, again, it's not so easy when the defense is geared toward taking the ball out of your hands, when you see double and triple teams.
Well, you're seeing every time that he puts the ball down on the floor with the hard dribble, the 2 guys are coming right at him. Then they're rotating another guy into the lane, a potential shot blocker.
2 minutes into the third, we're tied again. O'Neal, nice pass.
Nice design.
Wade lost the handle. And Josh Howard, who seems to be around every loose ball, has that one. Howard on the drive. Blocked by Wade. Terrific timing. Walker.
They'll back him down. Now he's got a small point guard on him.
Walker blocked by Nowitzki. Walker's shot. Jot maybe got a piece of it. O'Neal fouled as Jot wraps him up. So O'Neal, who had another poor performance from the line in game 5 after shooting fairly well in the previous 2. Well, he'll go to the line. He's 2 for 12 in game 5.
And then also we have here Shaq only shooting 30% coming into this game.
But nails that one again. The line drive, so hard to hit when you shoot it on a beeline like that. Beat back up by 1. Haslam, very physical defense on Nowitzki.
You see, then they bring Shaq over, so they have 3 defenders against 2 offensive players.
Bad pass as Wade intercepts it. 9 turnovers for Dallas.
Every time that Dallas is going to a 2-man game on the right side of the floor, Miami is bringing Shaq, so they're playing 3 against 2 defensively.
Wade pulls up. Walker, good offensive rebound in traffic. And draws the foul on the follow. The tip won't go.
He's had some great passing games. He's also been able to score points. He's had, little spurts of making the 3-point shot.
So Howard sits and Jerry Stackhouse back in. Stackhouse also has 3 fouls. Antoine Walker Well, so many years in Boston, put up big numbers over the years. The rap on him was scoring was more important than winning. He's got a chance to disprove that. He won a title with Kentucky in college, wants to get an NBA title as well. Haslam again with the steal. Haslam inside, stripped and foul by Devin Harris. And Haslam, who's got that bad shoulder, a little shaken up on the play as Harris picks up his third.
Well, Mike, Udonis Haslam, he actually re-injured that shoulder in the first quarter, and just before the half ended, he went back to the locker room. He took that heat pad that he has on there right now. He took that off and got some ice. The heat pad is now back on. But after game 2, he said, you know what? I know I've got to play the rest of the season in pain. It's just the mindset that I have. Mike?
Here's Walker inside, blocking foul, count the basket, and a foul as the Heat with their largest lead of the game. Walker misses the free throw. Again, they've missed 8 free throws. You see the foul difficulty with Stackhouse and Howard. Nobody has more than 3 on the Miami Heat. And a timeout call by Avery Johnson. They talked about a game back on February 9th, right here in Dallas during the regular season. They say it was the turning point. They lost by 36 on national TV. The team said they were humiliated. They had a team meeting after the game. They went home, played against Detroit, and started a 10-game winning streak. As Wade deflects it, steals it, and prior to that game against Detroit, Riley went into the locker room with the team, and he had piped in Doobie Brothers music. Listen to the music, the name of the song, and he started just dancing in front of the team. They were shocked. He said he wasn't a very good dancer, but they got the message to just relax, start to play, and they started a 10-game win streak as Nowitzki with the strong finish.
Now, this was needed. Excellent timeout by Avery Johnson. His team has had 5 turnovers in the first 4 minutes and 10 seconds of this quarter. They must straighten themselves out. They need the shot opportunities.
Wade. Harris trying to stay with him. And a reach-in foul on Harris.
Well, I think it goes along with the production in Game 3 with the 42 points, the 43 points in Game 5. When they needed it, he played so big in the fourth quarter, and then the fourth quarter and overtime of Game 5.
Adrian Griffin getting his first minutes of the night as he's checked in. Jason Terry puts it up. And Walker with another rebound. Walker with 8 boards in the game.
So they're holding Dallas to 1 shot attempt, and that's doing an excellent job.
Haslam knocks it down. Haslam in double figures with 11, and the lead is up to 7.
See, that's the bonus. Haslam has stepped up in here from an offensive standpoint. They've gotten good defense from Alonzo Mourning, Peyton, and Posey. But Haslam and then Mourning 6 points. So guys that you're not thinking of as scorers are putting up numbers for them.
Griffin blocked by O'Neal. The Heat with their largest lead of the game. They trailed by 14 in the first half.
That's the 6th possession where the ball did not get to the rim for Dallas.
Williams right back to O'Neal. Antoine Walker for 3. Walker can't get it going shooting. Just 4 of 12. Nowitzki. And Walker another rebound.
Releases, because then also you might get to the foul line.
And Nowitzki very smart with O'Neal guarding him on the perimeter. Takes it to the basket as O'Neal picks up his 3rd foul, and Nowitzki will go to the line. As Daniels comes in for Harris for Dallas. A reminder, the NBA Finals on ABC. We'll be back here on Thursday night. Will there be a Game 7? Our coverage would begin at 8:30 Eastern. Tip-off shortly after 9 if necessary on Thursday. And then the NBA Draft Wednesday, June 28th. That's a 7 Eastern start on ESPN. Mavericks hoping to force a Game 7. They've already played in 1 Game 7 in these playoffs. That was a road win in San Antonio. Looking to extend the season 1 more in hopes of their first NBA title. Both teams playing in their first ever finals.
Yeah, right now Dallas is in a 3-2 zone.
Walker continues to throw him up from outside and continues to miss.
Now the big thing now, we know that throughout the series they've struggled against the zone.
Terry's shot won't go. Griffin can't follow.
You needed that one.
And Williams will set it up. 4.5 remaining in the 3rd. Wade, tough shot, banks it in. And a lead back to 7. Miami Heat looking to clinch their first title. Have a 7-point lead on the road with 4:20 remaining. Here in the third quarter of Game 6. The Heat coming off 3 straight wins in Miami. Dallas led by 14 in the first half. Nowitzki falling away. And all of a sudden, the shot's not going down for the Mavericks. They're 2 for 12 here in this third period. And Pat Riley calls timeout.
Antoine Walker has been a major force in this quarter. He has 6 points and 8 rebounds. 8 rebounds. Right now, Dallas in the zone. 2-3 zone.
Jason Williams can't hit the open 3. And Nowitzki the rebound. Nowitzki batted around after the board. His 9th. Stackhouse is open. 3-pointer won't go. Nowitzki now with a double-double. Falling away. Can't get it to fall. Dampier blocked by Mourning. Mavericks thought that should have been a goaltend. That was very close. Alonzo Mourning once again a big spark off the bench.
Well, that was the 7th shot block by Miami.
Wade. Williams will try it again. And it's short again.
Right now, they've got to get out. Dallas has got to get out on the break here and make things happen with the mismatches by forcing the action anytime they get a turnover of Miami or a missed shot.
Terry gets a screen. Blocked by Mourning. Does it again.
Boy, what a force he's been in the first half as well as in this quarter.
Walker flips it up and in. Antoine Walker with a big play. And the lead is up to 9.
Well, 2 guys who are really hurting Dallas, and that is Antoine Walker with 12 points and Haslam with 11.
Walker also with 11 rebounds, as you said, coming up big in the third. Nowitzki hits inside, off balance, knocks it down. Tough shot for Nowitzki, who has 25. They had missed 11 straight prior to Nowitzki's basket right there.
Well, they're down into the 30s and the high 30s as far as shooting percentage goes.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Now, once again, Dallas sitting in a 2-3 zone.
Wade double. Mourning was open. Now he gets it to him. And a foul. Alonzo Mourning gets the perfect pass from Wade. And a chance for a 3-point play. As Alonzo Mourning, a huge game off the bench. 8 points. 5 rebounds, 3 blocked shots. Misses the free throw, but it's a 9-point advantage. Terry to Daniels. Oh, Daniels with the finish.
That's what you need. You need to look up the floor. Stop coming up, and allowing the defense of Miami to get back. Force the action in the open floor.
Attack the basket. That's what Avery Johnson wants his team to do heading into this Game 6. Payton. Offensive foul.
Good call.
Daniels drawing the charge.
Thing is, the zone has slowed things down for Miami.
Daniels goes to the basket. Right at Mourning. Count it. And a foul. Marquise Daniels at both ends of the floor.
That's him at his best.
He had a couple of nice buckets in Game 5. A big contribution right now. And the Mavericks back within 4.
Are we seeing another run here or what?
Payton wide open. Payton for 3. And Nowitzki with a big rebound.
See, the zone is doing a terrific job.
And a foul call. It's going to go against Wade. And Dwayne Wade picks up his 3rd.
Right now, Miami's stymied about movement against the zone. But that will always cure it, right?
Or Walker having a terrific third quarter. You'll be 14 points and 11 boards.
You have to just love it because he's put his nose right in there and he's accepting the offensive pressure with this group that's out on the floor. He is the main guy along with Wade.
Daniels kicks it out. And a whistle on the pass. Foul is going to go against Posey. Tried to draw a charge after the pass. They're in the penalty, so Daniels will go to the line.
That was a good decision by Daniels by picking out to the corner. Right now, Miami is rotating so fast on their baseline coverages, the corners are wide open.
Daniels puts it in. Injuries have slowed Daniels' progress his first 3 years This year he only played 62 games, missed a number of them with a strained neck, but he's been a part-time starter, very good two-way player. Well, misses the second. There's about a 4.5-second difference between shot clock and game clock as we wind down the third.
Now they're matched up man-to-man now.
Wade looking for an opening. Posey wide open. That's a three. And a loose ball foul will go against Daniels, and Wade will shoot. On the rebound, overly aggressive. And Daniels picks up his second. And with 7.2 remaining, free throws for Dwayne Wade.
Now that's a tough break for Dallas. They had excellent defensive rotation. Sure, the shot opened up in the corner, but Posey did not get a good handle on that shot before he released the jump shot.
The officials checking the time. And again, Dallas in the penalty. They're 15 fouls, so Wade will shoot. And there's the numbers for Wade. 19 of those 24 were at halftime. And again, the fourth quarter has been his quarter. Shandon Anderson is going to check in. So Walker. A great third quarter for Antoine Walker. In his first year in Miami. Went through tough times. Was booed a lot at home during the regular season, but has played much better in the postseason.
Well, once he got that starting position when Posey went out with the injury, getting the 34, 35 minutes, gave him a ton of confidence. We're talking about a guy in 10 years, average over 20 points 5 times.
And Wade misses. And a loose ball foul call against Miami. Dampier. Shaquille O'Neal watching from the bench right now. Eric Dampier, who played on a lot of losing teams early in his career. 7 years with Golden State. This is his second year with Dallas, signed on the big free agent contract. We saw in college, went to the Final Four.
In this series, Mike, he's doing an excellent job. He played half a game, 24 minutes, and he's giving you 8 rebounds and 7 points. Now that's a ton for a guy who is not getting any shot attempts.
Walker, oh, that almost went in at the buzzer. And that will end the third. Well, Dallas finished up the period strong. They were trailing by 9. And as they bring up to start the fourth, the deficit is 3. Nowitzki's had a big game. Flipped it up, and Haslam the rebound. Udonis Haslam playing very well. Of course, the fourth quarter has been Dwayne Wade's time. Certainly on the games in Miami, he's had those big fourth quarters. It has been a different story on the road, though. Wade banks it in, starts right away.
Now that was just great patience. They ran a lot of time off the clock, and then finally Daniels got caught on a screen, and that opened up Wade.
27 points for Wade. Payton's second foul. Payton, Wade, Posey, Shaquille O'Neal, and Haslam on the floor right now for Miami. Daniels trying to find an opening and draws the foul. Marquise Daniels with a good aggressive move as Shaquille O'Neal picks up his 4th foul, and we go to Lisa.
Well, Mike, to start this fourth quarter, Heat players were very animated in their huddle. You can hear several players yelling, "We are 12 minutes away from our goal." Riley told them, "Be relaxed, take a deep breath, and remember what I told you to start the game. Do not be a spectator now. You've got to be involved in every aspect of the game. Protect the paint, fight for every rebound, raise the intensity. We're just 12 minutes away." Now 11. Mike, back to you.
All right, Lisa, Sagana Jop back in. Dampier sits down. Daniels, big contribution from Marquise Daniels. During the regular season, he averaged 10 points a game. He can score as well as be a good athletic defender. And Avery Johnson giving him some very important minutes. Payton plays much of the fourth quarter for Miami. Wade gets inside, finding O'Neal, and Shaquille O'Neal banks it in with Stackhouse draped around him.
Now that was an incredible pass. That was just beautiful in traffic.
Terry back to Nowitzki. Dirk Nowitzki can't get it to fall.
With the two-man game that Dallas is just playing now, everything is two-man basketball. They're allowing Miami to defend it easily by playing three guys on the side of the floor and then holding it to only one shot if they miss.
O'Neal wants it, single coverage. Shaquille O'Neal, short. And a foul, reaching foul called on Payton. Not a smart play from Payton. That's the third foul on Payton. And the Heat with already 3 team fouls, and we haven't even played 2 minutes. Remember, Dallas is a very good free throw shooting team.
They're one of the best in the league. During the season, you know, they were outstanding.
Again, you shoot on the 5th foul per quarter. And they're only 2 away from that. Dangerous pass, but jump and a foul. Boy, a dangerous pass, a risky one, but job able to. Mourning comes in.
Yeah, but with Mourning on the floor, they're better defensively tonight. Tonight, he is with the 3 shot blocks. He's been doing a terrific job in anchoring them, and they seem to be playing with a lot of intensity with him anchoring the defense.
Job can't complete the 3-point play. Wade with 7 on the shot clock. Wade spinning, falling away. It's good. Wade with 29.
He does that so easily, and it's a spin move. He comes out of it, and it looks like it's in slow motion.
Terry. Stackhouse, the extra pass. Daniels back out. Terry spots up. Way off the mark. And last touch by Nowitzki as Nowitzki and Steve Jabby crash into the photographers. 5-point Miami lead. Still plenty of time remaining. 3 minutes gone by. Oh, took his eye off it. He was talking to Steve Jabby.
That's exactly right.
Terry blocked by Mourning. Alonzo Mourning with his 4th rejection. As he hyperventilates on the baseline. And we'll have timeout. The Heat fortunate. Flash, of course, the nickname that Shaquille O'Neal gave Dwayne Wade when those two became teammates. And Wade having another terrific game with 29. Daniels kicks it out. Stackhouse with a good look and hits a 3. Jerry Stackhouse makes it a 2-point game.
Now they needed that. He needed it because he's been struggling from the field. You know, now he's 3 for 9. But also they needed it to get right back in this thing. Now it's a nail biter.
And the Mavericks have come back from double figures 4 times in the playoffs. Haslam. Oh, Haslam knocks it down. 6 for 9 from the field for Haslam.
He said now Antoine Walker and Haslam have been terrific scoring. And then Alonzo Mourning with the 4 shot blocks and then the 8 points.
Daniels dribbled it off his foot. Posey dives. Still plenty of time on the clock. Stackhouse. Not that time. Long rebound to Daniels. And banks it in high off the glass.
This young man has given them a real shot in the arm. And I'm happy for him because, like you said earlier, Mike, he has spent a lot of games on the injured list.
He's got 12 points in 15 minutes. Mourning. A jumper. And way short, about a foot short.
Yeah, you'll give him that.
Nowitzki back to Howard. Howard blocked by Mourning. And out of bounds, go the other way. There was a lot of contact on that play. There's Mourning. Right now, a small lineup, both Mourning and O'Neal on the bench for Miami. It's Posey, Payton, Walker, Haslam, and Wade. Posey for 3. Walker, and a loose ball foul. It's going to go against Walker, pushing off. And again, the early fouls hurting Miami as the Heat in the penalty with over 7 minutes remaining. Howard's first trip to the line tonight. Thursday on ESPN HD, United States versus Ghana, 9:55 a.m. Eastern. If the United States wins and Italy beats the Czech Republic, that game played at the same time, then the United States moves to the knockout round. ESPN World Cup action. as the game is tied. They've come back from 9 down here in the second half to even things up with 7 minutes remaining.
Now, once again, Dallas is in the zone. That way they can get 2 guys on a trap every time Wade puts the ball down on the floor.
Shot clock down to 6. Walker down to 3. Walker way off, not even close. Terry for 3. Air ball. And Wade got hit by Stackhouse on the rebound. It's only the first foul, team foul for the Mavericks, but that's 5 on Stackhouse. So Stackhouse, the first member of Dallas with 5 fouls. Again, O'Neal has 5 for Miami.
If you think about this, the run is being made by Dallas. They're doing an excellent job when they play in the zone. Miami is having difficulty getting high percentage shots. They're getting shots, but they're poor shots. But you've got to stay away from the jump shooting game. Dallas, try to get the ball. Every time you get in the paint, something good happens.
Shot clock again down to 7. Williams a long 3. They're now 1 for 16 from three-point range.
See, the zone is doing a terrific job keeping Miami outside and forcing the 3.
Nowitzki can't get it to fall. And Wade with a big rebound, his 6th. Wade, one of those all-around games, 29 points, 6 boards, 4 assists. And Pat Riley wants timeout. This is a Miami Heat team that during the regular season, at times even Pat Riley had doubts on whether or not they could win a championship. And then in the playoffs, they came together, played beautifully until the finals started. They lost the first 2 games here in Dallas, and in game 3, their season was slipping away. They were down 13 with 6.5 to play in the 4th quarter. But it turned in one of the great comebacks in finals history, won all 3 games in Miami, and now with a chance to win their first title in franchise history here tonight. Haslam puts it in. Udonis Haslam with a huge game. He's got 15.
The middle of the zone is wide open because they're so concerned about action down on the baseline. So any time of movement outside, you can hit right into the middle of the zone.
Stackhouse calling for it. Posey stays in front. Nowitzki looking for his first points in the 4th quarter. Daniels won't go. And Wade another rebound. Another close game as Wade makes his move to the basket and draws the foul. And Howard will pick up his 5th as Wade goes back to the line. O'Neal the only Heat player with 5. Wade 9 of 11 from the line tonight. Evan Harris checks in. And Marquise Daniels sits. Howard's defense has been excellent. And Daniels, how about Daniels? He had 5 points in the first 5 games, 12 points here in game 6.
He did a major contribution and really got them back into this game. Right now, Dallas needs Howard, Nowitzki, and Terry to get it going here and shoot a high percentage. Right now, this team is shooting below 40% for this game.
The lead back to 4, under 5 to play. Stackhouse, good aggressive drive.
That's there for Stackhouse. You do not have to settle for the jump shot because he can go right by Antoine Walker anytime off the dribble.
The Dallas Mavericks hoping to force a game 7. They do not want the Heat celebrating on their home floor.
Well, they're in the zone again.
Shot clock at 3. Posey kicks it back. Haslam is open. In and out. Wade right there and misses the layup, but gets the rebound and draws the foul. The second effort from Dwayne Wade. Again, what makes Wade so special, not just the scoring. He does a little bit of everything. He now has 9 rebounds and 4 assists. And on this last rebound, how will they foul him?
Right now in this game, Dallas 4 for 18 in threes. It has been a tough night. They've got good looks, but the ball is not going in the basket.
Wade kicks it out. Posey for 3. Knocks it down. James Posey. And it's a 6-point game. Timeout, Dallas.
Now that was Posey's first basket in this game.
Nowitzki looking for his first points of the 4th quarter. Tied up by O'Neal.
There he sees double teamed.
Howard on the drive, gets inside. Beautiful play from Josh Howard.
He needed that because Howard and Stackhouse have struggled all through this game. Between them now, they are 8 for 27. 8 for 27 in this game.
Jason Williams on the floor in crunch time. Nice pass to Haslam. Blocked by Stackhouse. Superb rejection. Here comes Terry. Stops. Misses the layup. Nowitzki fouled on the follow. Nowitzki perfect from the line tonight. That's his first point of the fourth quarter. Now 28 for the game. Also with 14 rebounds. They have looked to get the ball out of his hands. The Miami defense doubling him every time he touches it. And it's a two-point game with just under 3 to play.
Right now you got to buckle up, both teams. You got to take care of the defensive boards first.
Wade, there's the double.
Good movement. You have plenty of time here.
O'Neal wants it. Posey, tough runner. Oh, James Posey with a difficult shot. Back to 4 with 2.5 to play. This crowd very quiet right now. Nowitzki won't go. Rebound tipped and taken by Haslam.
Good look. High percentage. Plus they almost had a good second chance opportunity.
Nowitzki 0 for 4 from the field in the fourth quarter. And Nowitzki bumps Dwayne Wade. And right now these fans so anxious as their team trailing. The Heat will inbound with 14 on the shot clock.
Yeah, it's a big thing right now. You got to button up the defense. Everybody has got to play something. When shot goes up, you're looking to hold a one offensive shot attempt and then get out and try to make something happen.
Wade, tough shot, won't bank, and Nowitzki does 15th rebound.
Come on, you have an advantage here.
Terry lost it. Posey able to knock it away from behind. And a double dribble on Posey after he got a hold of the ball.
Now that is a big time break right there. Yep.
And that's Miami's first turnover of the fourth quarter. O'Neal back in. A three. It's good. Gary Stackhouse makes it a one-point game.
Stepping up big that time. No hesitation. Found the free man. We told you the corners have been open all throughout this quarter.
8 of Stackhouse's 12 points here in the fourth with 1.5 minutes to go. Wade on the drive, kicks it out. Jason Williams won't go. Haslam the rebound, puts it back up and banks it in.
What a game. What a game this young man has had, Mike.
17 points for Haslam.
17 and 8 rebounds.
The Heat clinging to a 3-point lead. Mavericks playing for their season. Nowitzki tied up. Howard back to Terry. Terry steps back for 3. Won't go. Dampier the offensive rebound.
Good kick out.
And a timeout by Avery Johnson with 54.6 seconds remaining. A huge offensive rebound from Eric Dampier. And now facing elimination. Down by 3. Final minute. Nowitzki gets open. O'Neal guarding him. Nowitzki on the drive. Howard puts it in. Josh Howard makes it a 1-point game.
Beautiful movement, and actually Nowitzki getting double and triple team.
Both teams with multiple timeouts. Neither team with a foul to give.
Right, they're in the zone so that they can trap Dwayne Wade anytime off the dribble.
Wade and Nowitzki got in his way. Nowitzki upset, but he was just in the wrong place, wrong time.
That's right.
As he picks up his 5th foul. Wade putting up big numbers for the 4th straight game. And Conley knocks down the first. He said when he was shooting those 2 free throws in overtime to win it in game 5, he was just thinking of all the times he knocked down free throws. Positive thoughts. Hits a pair, back to 3. And the Mavericks will call one of their 2 timeouts. Desperation time for the Mavericks, trying to avoid elimination, trying to hold off the Heat celebration. Nowitzki to Dampier, lost the ball, knocked loose, and Wade comes up with it.
Oh, you got a foul.
And they foul Wade with 17.7 remaining. Wade will go to the line to shoot 2 with a 3-point lead. Oh, what a costly turnover. Wade, meanwhile, with 9 points in the fourth quarter, once again in double figures in the final period. And Pat Riley's team up by 4 with 17.7 remaining. Again, Dallas still with 1 timeout left. The clutch free throws once again from Wade. And the Mavericks will call their final timeout. Howard will inbound. Nowitzki, Stackhouse, Harris, and Terry out there for Dallas. Anderson, Posey, Wade, Payton out there right now for Miami. Terry. Payton harassing him. Terry hoists up a 2-pointer. Won't go. Now let's see a whistle call.
Loose ball.
Loose ball foul called against Miami.
Ooh, there's a break.
Boy, that's a bad play for the Miami Heat.
He used his back body and pushed him right out.
Howard, who missed 2 big free throws in game 5, calmly sinks that one as Wade picks up his 4th foul. Now it's a 4-point game. Jason Williams will return. Good free throw shooting and ball handling for Miami.
That's what Pat Riley's trying to do now. Get his high percentage foul shooters on the floor. Big thing right now, you shoot and you score, or you shoot and miss. You got to go for the steal and then the foul.
Howard hits both. Clutch free throws from Howard.
Now remember, the Heat still have 2 full timeouts remaining.
Posey inbounds, and Harris right away fouls Wade, so there's still 10.3 remaining. Maybe it's going to come down to free throw shooting. If Miami hits their free throws, they're going to win their championship. If they miss, it'll open the door.
Well, we told you at the top of this game, over the 3 previous ball games, Dwayne Wade went to the line, an average of 17 times. He shot 81% with that kind of pressure. And then here he is this evening, and you can see it right there. He's 16 for 19. And the thing about it is that, hey, once you get on the line, the pressure is on you to deliver.
Riley saying, let's get him to the free throw line. So Wade will go to the line. Again, Dallas is out of timeouts, so they have to push the ball up. Terry trying to wave on the crowd to distract Wade. Wade 16 of 19 from the line. This emerging young star with a chance to seal a title for the Miami Heat. Misses the first. Dallas still very much alive. This one would make it a 4-point lead. Missed them both. Rebound by Miami. No, and a travel as Haslam and Posey grabbed it together, and they call a travel.
Now that was amazing when you think that it was Posey and Haslam who had an opportunity for that rebound.
3-point game. Dallas out of timeouts. If you're Miami, do you foul? Don't let him shoot a 3.
That's right. This is smart now. Are you going to get fouled?
Terry puts it up. Won't go. Rebound Wade. The Miami Heat, they've done it. They win their first championship in franchise history. The Miami Heat, the 2006 NBA championships. Pat Riley wins his 5th championship. Shaquille O'Neal with his 4th championship as the Heat defeat the Mavericks 95-92 in Game 6 to win this best-of-7 series 4-2. After losing the first 2, they come back and win 4 straight to again win their first title in franchise history. And the emotions flowing for the Miami Heat. Pat Riley's first title since 1988. James Posey with a huge performance as well. And they clinch on the Dallas Mavericks home floor. And this crowd absolutely shocked. His 4th ring, and this one with his 2nd team. Of course, won the first 3 with the Lakers. Meanwhile, Dwayne Wade, as we've seen right before our eyes, his brilliance as he's emerged into a special star in the NBA. His first championship and what he hopes will be multiple titles. Alonzo Mourning with his first title.
Man, we'll rouse it.
And Pat Riley, who took over the team after Stan Van Gundy resigned, leads his team to the victory. Now let's go back to Lisa.
Mike, I'm with Shaquille O'Neal and his wife, Shawnee. Shaquille, what were you thinking when those final seconds ticked off?
I wasn't thinking anything. My family, my wife, and the great Pat Riley told us we were going to win today. I didn't have the best of games, but anyway, he's been having my back all year. He's the best player ever, and we did it. I knew we was going to win today. I couldn't sleep last night, couldn't sleep today, but I knew we was going to win today.
Wait, you said you knew. How did you know?
All my kids told me, my wife told me, my mother told me, my father told me, and I've been, dreaming of this day ever since I, left LA. I wanted to get at least one or two more, but the great Pat Riley told us on 6/8 that we was going to win on 6/20. True story. He told us on June 8th that the first time we have an opportunity to win it will be on 6/20, and we're going to win it on 6/20.
Now, given everything and how it transpired in Los Angeles, why is this one, number 4 for you, why is this one so special? I'm
not really worried about that. I'm just, here to, represent my family and, play the game and, just try to be the best player ever. Now I got 4, so now I can start working on number 5.
Now, you guys hadn't won here all year long. Why was tonight different?
Because if you keep losing, you got to win one. You can play 100 games and lose 99, but you will win one. And we knew we was going to win today. We just knew it. We felt it.
The celebration continues for Pat Riley, Dwayne Wade, who is magnificent once again, and the Miami Heat. Let's go to public address announcer Billy Hayes.
Ladies and gentlemen, now please direct your attention to center court for the presentation of the Larry O'Brien Trophy and the 2006 Finals Most Valuable Player Award. Please welcome ABC's Dan Patrick.
Joining me now to present the Larry O'Brien Championship Trophy is the Commissioner of the NBA to present it to the Miami Heat owner, Mickey Arison.
First, I'd like to congratulate the Dallas Mavericks, their owner, Mark Cuban, their coach, Avery Johnson, and this extraordinary team that had a spectacular run that gave us heart-stopping action all season long. To the Miami Heat, may I say congratulations. You have been an extraordinary story, and we, on behalf of millions and tens of millions of basketball fans around the world, say to you, congratulations, Miami Heat, 2006 NBA champions.
Let me bring in Coach Riley. Wiles, let me ask you what I asked the owner. When you took over this team back in December, what did you think going back to coaching?
Well, it seems like about 5 years ago. The only thing I want to say is I want to congratulate Dallas. They had an incredible season. They have an absolutely incredible young coach and a great future. But it was our time. I really believe that it was our time. We have been talking about it all year. We got 15 strong. That's what's in the pit. It looks like a championship trophy. All about 15 strong. That's all I have to say. It's a great group of guys. Miami, we'll see you in a couple hours. You enjoy. Thank you, everybody.
But when you took over, did you have doubts at all about going back to coach this team?
I'm a true believer. I have no doubts. I have no fears. The only thing I think about is what's going to take to win. And these guys showed up and they played all year long. So we came together, and I want to thank everybody. But it's all about these men and their wives and these families and everything we put into that big gold pit that we have in the middle of that locker room, folks. Thank you very much.
All right, Riles, thank you. Congratulations, Coach. Here to present the MVP award, let's bring back to the commissioner.
He averaged 34.7 points, the third highest scoring average for a player in his first NBA Finals. He averaged 7.8 rebounds and 3.8 assists. He was very much the heart of an extraordinary team, and I do mean team. Congratulations, 2006 MVP, Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne, congratulations. What's going through your mind?
I mean, first of all, I just want to thank God for giving us the strength, the courage, the tenacity to fight through all the doubters all year and come out on top. So I just want to give God all the praise for this.
Are you surprised at all how Dallas tried to defend you in this series?
No, not at all, man. I done seen all the defenses. My coaches do a great job of getting me prepared. My teammates do a great job of spacing the court and making shots so I can do what I do. And this is a team award, just like this is a team championship.
Congratulations. Shaq, come on in. How's this one feel differently than the ones in LA?
It feels good. I came to Miami because of this young fella right here. I knew he was a special player. I knew the first time I saw him, I knew that he was something special, so I knew it was my job to come here and make him better.
When you looked at his skill, when's the first time you said, I can be Robin to his Batman?
No, I knew that, he was a young gunner, so when I came there, I decided to let him go, and I was going to be, second option, and I was good with that. And, he's a great player, unselfish player. He's the best in the world, D-Wade.
You wanted to play for Pat Riley. You got a chance. What has he meant to your career?
Pat Riley's the best coach I've ever had. Him, Dale Brown, my father, they've been, telling me to, just stay positive all year. And Coach Riley told us on June 8th that we was going to win on June 20th.
Are you sleeping with that thing tonight?
No, I'm going to give it to D-Wade, and I'm going to give it to Mr. Harrison right here.
Congratulations, your fourth title, Shaq. Congratulations to the Miami Heat.